Look closely at this woman on your screen. Do you recognize her? Is she Diana Ross, Whitney Houston, Tina Turner? I promise you, fewer than 1% of viewers will guess correctly. If you know who she is, hit like right now. If you don't, leave your guess in the comments before the truth is revealed. Because today, we're stepping into a world where legacy becomes destiny. A world where the beauty, talent, and star power of Black Hollywood's greatest actresses haven't faded. They've transformed, passed down through generations like a crown of fire. In this video, you'll meet 20 daughters of the most captivating Black screen icons ever. Some became global sensations. Others chose quieter paths but still carry an unmistakable radiance. These aren't just daughters, they are living proof that artistry can be inherited, reshaped, and reborn. Before we begin, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop your thoughts about this extraordinary lineage of stars. Diana Ross and Tracee Ellis Ross. Diana Ross is not just a music icon, she is a blueprint for glamour, elegance, and historic achievement. Born in 1944 in Detroit, Michigan, she rose to global stardom as the magnetic lead singer of the Supremes, the most successful girl group of all time, with an extraordinary 12 #1 hits on the Billboard Hot 100. But Diana's influence stretched far beyond the music charts. Her striking beauty, bold eyes, luminous skin, sculpted cheekbones, and unforgettable fashion sense transformed every stage into a moment of high fashion. When she stepped into acting, she excelled there too, earning an Academy Award nomination for her powerful performance in Lady Sings the Blues, 1972, cementing her place as one of entertainment's most captivating figures. In that same year, she welcomed her daughter, Tracee Ellis Ross, destined to become a force of her own. Raised largely by Diana, Tracee shaped her future through discipline and education, graduating from Brown University in 1994 with a degree in theater. Her breakout role came in the early 2000s as Joan Clayton on Girlfriends, but it was her portrayal of Dr. Rainbow Johnson on Blackish that propelled her into the spotlight. The role earned her widespread acclaim, including a Golden Globe Award and 5 Emmy nominations. Like her legendary mother, Tracee is admired for her natural beauty, bright, expressive eyes, glowing complexion, and voluminous curls that became her signature. In 2019, she launched Pattern Beauty, a hair care brand devoted to curly and coily textures, establishing herself as a leading voice in modern Black beauty culture. Though Diana and Tracee seldom share the stage, whenever they appear together on red carpets, in interviews, or simply side by side, their bond is unmistakable. Two generations, one extraordinary lineage of beauty, artistry, and influence passed seamlessly from mother to daughter. Jada Pinkett Smith and Willow Smith. Jada Pinkett Smith has long been celebrated for her fierce beauty, unmistakable charisma, and magnetic presence on screen. Born in 1971 in Baltimore, Maryland, she began her journey in television before securing standout roles in The Nutty Professor 1996, Set It Off 1996, and The Matrix Reloaded 2003. With her petite yet powerful frame, sculpted jawline, and intense emotional range, Jada quickly became one of the defining Black actresses of the late 90s and early 2000s. Her fearless spirit, bold fashion sense, and uncompromising attitude made her a captivating force in both action and drama. In 2000, Jada and actor Will Smith welcomed their daughter Willow Camille Rain Smith, who showed artistic brilliance almost immediately. At just 10 years old, Willow burst onto the scene with her hit single Whip My Hair. The track went platinum, earning her the title of the youngest artist ever signed to Jay-Z's Roc Nation. Rather than follow a predictable pop path, Willow reinvented herself, venturing into alternative music, neo-soul, and punk rock, bravely redefining what a young Black artist could be in the modern era. Willow's refined, expressive features strongly echo her mother's, as does her boldness in challenging industry norms through fashion, sound, and self-expression. She has graced the covers of Teen Vogue, ID, and Elle, and became a Chanel ambassador while still in her teens. Although mother and daughter shine in different artistic lanes, both are anchored by authenticity, emotional honesty, and fearless individuality. Willow often reflects on growing up in a home that nurtured creativity, openness, and resilience, values that shine through in her commanding presence. Together, Jada and Willow represent a lineage of strength, originality, and timeless beauty, a modern evolution of Hollywood's most unforgettable genes. Lisa Bonet and Zoe Kravitz. Lisa Bonet captivated the world in the 1980s with a beauty that felt almost untouchable, unconventional, ethereal, and effortlessly cool. Born in San Francisco in 1967, she became a cultural phenomenon as Denise Huxtable on The Cosby Show, and later on A Different World. With her soft yet striking features, bohemian wardrobe, and unmistakable on-screen mystique, Lisa stood apart from Hollywood's typical mold. She didn't just act, she embodied a soulful artistic energy that made her one of the most intriguing actresses of her era. In 1988, she welcomed her daughter Zoe Isabella Kravitz with rock legend Lenny Kravitz. Zoe inherited her mother's high cheekbones, almond eyes, and natural coolness, but built an identity all her own. Splitting her childhood between Los Angeles and Miami, she grew up surrounded by music, fashion, and creativity, yet remained determined to forge her own path. By her early 20s, Zoe had already become a triple threat: model, musician, and actress. Her roles in Big Little Lies, High Fidelity, and The Batman 2022, where she portrayed a sleek, modern Catwoman, showcased her magnetic, edgy allure. As her career soared, Zoe emerged as a fashion powerhouse, leading campaigns for Saint Laurent and gracing the covers of Vogue, Elle, Rolling Stone, and more. Her style, minimalist, bold, and undeniably chic, echoes her mother's influence while pushing it into a new era. Though Lisa Bonet has stepped back from the public spotlight, her spirit lives vividly through Zoe. Their connection goes far deeper than physical resemblance. They share a quiet confidence, a grounded elegance, and an aura that feels timeless. Together, they embody a rare lineage of beauty and artistic depth passed gracefully from mother to daughter. Vanessa Williams and Jillian Hervey. Vanessa Williams made history in 1983 when she became the first Black woman to wear the Miss America crown, forever reshaping America's definition of beauty. With her mesmerizing blue-green eyes, flawless skin, and regal poise, she stood out as a symbol of elegance and possibility. Though controversy later pushed her to relinquish the title, Vanessa transformed that setback into a launching pad for a remarkable career. She rose to fame as a singer with hits like Save the Best for Last and dazzled audiences on television and film, most notably in Ugly Betty, where her commanding presence became iconic. Her resilience, grace, and talent ensured she remained one of entertainment's most admired figures. In 1989, Vanessa welcomed her daughter Jillian Hervey with music manager Ramon Hervey II. Jillian inherited her mother's luminous beauty and queen-like aura, yet she chose a very different artistic path. As part of the electro-soul duo Lion Babe, she carved out a vibrant identity defined by bold stage energy, cascading golden curls, and a daring genre-blending sound. Alongside producer Lucas Goodman, Jillian has worked with artists like Pharrell Williams and Childish Gambino, crafting a futuristic mix of neo-soul funk and R&B. While echoes of Vanessa's elegance appear in Jillian's striking features, her sculpted cheekbones, expressive eyes, and full lips, her creative spirit is entirely her own, fearless, experimental, and forward-looking. Jillian's influence extends beyond music into fashion and beauty. She has fronted campaigns for Pantene and MAC Cosmetics, using her platform to champion self-expression and representation for diverse beauty. Where Vanessa's journey was marked by grace under pressure, Jillian's is defined by pushing boundaries and reimagining what modern artistry looks like. Yet the bond between them is unmistakable, two generations connected by strength, beauty, and a magnetic presence that continues to evolve rather than fade. Halle Berry and Nala Ariella Aubry. Halle Berry has long been celebrated as one of the most stunning women in Hollywood. Born in Cleveland in 1966, she began her public journey as a model and pageant star, winning Miss Ohio USA in 1986, before stepping fully into acting. With her flawless symmetry, glowing skin, and piercing eyes, Berry quickly became a cinematic force. Her performance in Monsters Ball 2001 earned her the historic distinction of becoming the first Black woman to win the Academy Award for Best Actress. From Die Another Day to X-Men to Catwoman, she solidified her status as a versatile powerhouse with an unforgettable on-screen presence. In 2008, Halle welcomed her daughter Nala Ariella Aubry with Canadian model Gabrielle Aubry. Even from the limited images shared with the public, it's evident that Nala mirrors her mother's elegance, soft, graceful features, almond-shaped eyes, and a serene, effortless beauty. Despite intense media fascination with Halle's personal life during those years, the actress made it a priority to shield her daughter from the relentless spotlight, fiercely protecting her privacy. Now in her teenage years, Nala is reportedly interested in music and sports, though she lives far from the entertainment industry's glare. On meaningful occasions, birthdays, holidays, or Mother's Day, Halle sometimes shares rare glimpses and heartfelt words, offering a quiet window into their close, loving bond. Berry has often spoken about how motherhood changed her worldview, grounding her and reshaping her life's purpose. While Nala has yet to choose a public path, her striking appearance and calm self-assurance hint that, should she ever decide to step forward, she could carry her mother's legacy with ease. For now, she remains a reminder that some of the most remarkable legacies are nurtured quietly, growing beautifully away from the cameras. Angela Bassett and Bronwyn Golden Vance. Angela Bassett is often praised as one of the most striking and gifted actresses of her time. Born in New York in 1958, she became a force in Hollywood during the 1990s, earning acclaim for her electrifying portrayal of Tina Turner in What's Love Got to Do with It, 1993. The performance secured her a Golden Globe Award and an Academy Award nomination, solidifying her reputation as an actress of unmatched intensity and elegance. With her sculpted cheekbones, regal posture, and deeply expressive eyes, Angela has long radiated a beauty defined by power, grace, and sophistication. In 2006, Angela and her husband, actor Courtney B. Vance, welcomed twins via surrogate daughter Bronwyn Golden Vance and son Slater Josiah Vance. Although Angela remains a household name, Bronwyn has grown up mostly out of the public spotlight. Still, rare glimpses through interviews and family appearances reveal a young woman coming into her own, carrying echoes of her mother's warm smile, natural poise, and composed charm. Bronwyn has not pursued acting, but she has shown a growing interest in music, experimenting with guitar and piano. Angela has shared in interviews that her daughter has always been creatively inclined, often performing at home with a quiet passion. Beyond artistic interests, Bronwyn has also participated in charitable efforts, including fundraising for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, demonstrating a thoughtful sense of purpose independent of celebrity life. While Bronwyn may not yet have stepped into a public career, her serene beauty and steady confidence suggest that the elegance her mother is known for is already emerging in her. She represents a more private continuation of Angela Bassett's legacy, proof that some forms of grace do not need fame to shine. Alfre Woodard and Mavis Spencer. Alfre Woodard is a name that evokes depth, dignity, and unmatched artistic power. Born in Tulsa, Oklahoma in 1952, she has crafted a career spanning more than 40 years, earning acclaim for her Emmy-winning work in Hill Street Blues, Louisiana, Law, and Desperate Housewives, along with unforgettable performances in films such as Crooklyn and 12 Years a Slave. On screen, Woodard is magnetic, soulful, grounded, and effortlessly elegant. Her expressive eyes, commanding voice, and timeless beauty have made her one of the most respected and naturally captivating actresses of her era. Her daughter, Mavis Spencer, born in 1991, forged her own extraordinary path, one far from the world of Hollywood lights. From childhood, Mavis gravitated toward equestrian sports and has become an accomplished show jumper, competing in international events like the FEI Nations Cup and earning praise within elite equestrian circles. Her success in such a demanding sport speaks to her discipline, courage, and unwavering determination. Mavis also stepped briefly into the world of pageantry, being honored as Miss Golden Globe 2010, a title traditionally reserved for the children of prominent entertainers. With her statuesque frame, radiant complexion, and naturally poised demeanor, she turned heads on red carpets just as effortlessly as she commands an arena. She has also been open about overcoming personal challenges, including undergoing spinal surgery to preserve her ability to ride professionally, a testament to her resilience. Though Mavis chose not to pursue acting, she embodies her mother's grace in the way she moves through the world, quietly powerful, focused, and wholly authentic. Their resemblance is subtle yet unmistakable, particularly in the intensity behind their eyes. While Alfre Woodard's legacy is built on emotional truth and storytelling, Mavis is crafting her own in a realm where strength, precision, and beauty are equally defining. Thandie Newton and Nico Parker. Thandie Newton has long been admired not only for her remarkable acting range, but also for her delicate, almost otherworldly beauty. Born in London in 1972 to a Zimbabwean mother and a British father, she entered the spotlight in the early 1990s with standout roles in Flirting and Interview with the Vampire. Her ascent continued with powerful performances in Beloved 1998 and Crash 2004, where her expressive features, graceful presence, and quiet emotional intensity made her unforgettable. Thandie has since become a cherished figure across both independent film and mainstream cinema, celebrated for her artistry as much as her elegance. In 2004, she welcomed her daughter Nico Parker with British director Al Parker. From her earliest public appearances, Nico drew attention with her glowing complexion, voluminous curls, and calm confidence. She made an extraordinary acting debut in 2019 at just 14 years old, starring as Millie Ferrier in Disney's live-action Dumbo, directed by Tim Burton. Critics praised her performance for its poise and emotional subtlety, qualities rarely found in someone so young. Nico has continued to grow her career with compelling roles in the psychological series The Third Day and the film Reminiscence 2021, where she appeared alongside her mother. She has quickly found herself on the radar of the fashion world as well, with features in Vogue and Vanity Fair and appearances at major style events, solidifying her status as both an emerging actress and a rising fashion presence. The resemblance between Thandie and Nico is striking. Their wide, expressive eyes and serene composure form a beautiful generational echo. Yet Nico is clearly forging her own identity. While Thandie's legacy rests on decades of acclaimed performances, Nico brings a fresh, modern elegance, opening a new chapter in a family defined by talent, grace, and timeless beauty. Whitney Houston and Bobbi Kristina Brown. Whitney Houston was far more than a global superstar. She was the embodiment of elegance, vocal genius, and breathtaking beauty. Born in 1963 in Newark, New Jersey, she rose to become one of the best-selling music artists in history, with over 200 million records sold worldwide. Her presence was unforgettable. A radiant smile, luminous skin, and a voice so powerful it became the standard by which generations of singers would be measured. Throughout the late 1980s and 1990s, Whitney dominated the music landscape with timeless hits like I Will Always Love You, Greatest Love of All, and I Want to Dance with Somebody, solidifying her as a cultural icon. In 1993, she welcomed her only child, Bobby Christina Brown, with then-husband Bobby Brown. Almost from birth, Bobby Christina was part of the spotlight, appearing at award shows, red carpets, and backstage moments alongside her famous parents. As she grew older, fans couldn't help but notice her striking resemblance to Whitney, the same deep-set eyes, defined cheekbones, and expressive smile. She inherited her mother's artistic spark as well, appearing on the reality series Being Bobby Brown and taking small acting roles, including a part in Tyler Perry's For Better or Worse. But Bobby Christina's life unfolded under the heavy shadow of her parents' public struggles. The turmoil, combined with the pressures of fame, took a profound emotional toll. After Whitney's heartbreaking death in 2012, Bobby Christina withdrew from the public eye, battling grief and instability. In January 2015, she was found unresponsive in a bathtub, and after months in a medically induced coma, she passed away at just 22. The bond between Whitney and Bobby Christina, both physical and emotional, was unmistakable. Their shared beauty and connection were celebrated, yet their story remains one of extraordinary brilliance intertwined with deep sorrow. Together, they leave behind a legacy that is unforgettable, haunting, and profoundly human. Phylicia Rashad and Condola Rashad. Phylicia Rashad became a beloved household name in the 1980s as Claire Huxtable on The Cosby Show, a role that blended intelligence, grace, humor, and maternal strength. Long before that iconic portrayal, she was already dazzling audiences on stage and screen with her regal beauty and calm, commanding presence. Born in 1948 in Houston, Texas, Phylicia is known for her smooth, resonant voice, expressive eyes, and elegant posture, qualities that help define her as one of television's most refined and striking figures. Her poise, both in character and in life, continues to set her apart as a timeless symbol of dignity and artistry. Her daughter, Condola Phylia Rashad, born in 1986, has chosen a different artistic stage, quite literally. A classically trained performer with a degree from the California Institute of the Arts, Condola quickly gained acclaim in the world of theater. By the time she turned 32, she had earned 4 Tony Award nominations, an extraordinary achievement that places her among the most celebrated young actresses on Broadway. Her rapid rise is a testament to her depth, discipline, and undeniable talent. Condola carries a quiet power reminiscent of her mother. Strong cheekbones, poised bearing, and a timeless presence allow her to transition seamlessly from stage to screen. Known for memorable performances in St. Joan, A Doll's House Part 2, and The Trip to Bountiful, she has also expanded into television and film, appearing in Billions and Come Sunday. Although Phylicia and Condola rarely share the stage, the connection between them is unmistakable. Condola has often spoken about the influence of her mother's discipline, vision, and artistic integrity. Rather than living in Phylicia's shadow, she has stepped confidently into her own light. Together they embody 2 generations of extraordinary beauty and brilliance, women who continue to redefine legacy in the performing arts. Viola Davis and Genesis Tenen. Viola Davis is celebrated as one of the most powerful actresses of her generation, revered for her emotional depth, commanding intensity, and distinctive beauty. Born in 1965 in St. Matthews, South Carolina, and raised in Central Falls, Rhode Island, she rose from poverty to become the first Black actor in history to achieve the Triple Crown of acting, earning an Oscar, an Emmy, and a Tony. With her deep-set eyes, striking features, and raw, unfiltered honesty on screen, Davis has redefined what strength, vulnerability, and beauty look like in modern Hollywood. In 2011, Viola and her husband Julius Tenen adopted their daughter Genesis Tenen. Though still young, Genesis has grown up immersed in creativity, performance, and purpose. Appearing beside her mother at premieres such as The Woman King and at Viola's Hollywood Walk of Fame ceremony, she has already become a familiar face, recognizable for her bright, intelligent eyes, soft round cheeks, and naturally poised presence. At just 14, Genesis has dipped her toes into acting, lending her voice to the Angry Birds movie 2019. While she hasn't yet committed to a full acting career, she shows an early spark for performance and artistic expression. More importantly, she seems to share her mother's quiet strength, confidence, and grace under pressure, qualities that can't be taught, only inherited. Viola has often spoken about how motherhood transformed her life, grounding her with clarity and purpose. Together, Viola and Genesis represent a different kind of Hollywood legacy, one built not on fame alone, but on love, intention, and empowerment. Genesis's journey is still unfolding, but she carries the imprint of one of the industry's most respected women. In time, she may carve a path that honors Viola's extraordinary legacy while bringing her own fresh, authentic voice to the world. Gabrielle Union and Kavya James Union Wade. Gabrielle Union has long been celebrated for her radiant beauty, sharp wit, and unshakable confidence, qualities that have made her a standout presence in film, television, and fashion for more than 20 years. Born in Omaha, Nebraska in 1972, she began her rise in the late 1990s and quickly became a household name with memorable roles in Bring It On, 2000, Bad Boys T, 2003, and Deliver Us from Eva, 2003. Her luminous skin, expressive eyes, and fearless fashion choices have secured her place among Hollywood's most stylish women. Beyond her on-screen success, Gabrielle is admired for her honesty, activism, and remarkable resilience, openly sharing her personal journey to empower others. In 2018, Gabrielle and her husband, former NBA star Dwayne Wade, welcomed their daughter, Kavya James Union Wade, via surrogate. Affectionately nicknamed Shady Baby, Kavya became an instant internet sensation thanks to her hilariously expressive facial reactions and undeniable confidence, moments her parents frequently shared with amused fans. With her round cheeks, sparkling eyes, and bold little attitude, Kavya radiates a personality far bigger than her tiny frame. Despite her young age, Kavya has already built a massive online presence and even appears as the inspiration behind children's books written by her parents. For Gabrielle, Kavya is especially precious. She has been open about her difficult struggle with infertility, making their bond deeply emotional, protective, and full of gratitude. Fans often point out the physical similarities between them. Kavya's bright eyes, warm complexion, and poised little expressions mirror Gabrielle's in miniature. Though her future remains unwritten, Kavya is already a cultural figure in her own playful, powerful way. With her mother's charisma and her own blossoming individuality, she represents the next chapter in a legacy defined by beauty, strength, joy, and resilience. Together, Gabrielle and Kavya embody a modern image of Black excellence, radiant, intentional, and full of heart. Cicely Tyson and Joan Tyson. Cicely Tyson was celebrated not only for her extraordinary talent, but also for the quiet power, dignity, and moral clarity she brought to every character she portrayed. Born in 1924 in Harlem, New York, she shattered barriers throughout her career, taking on roles that showcase the depth and complexity of Black women at a time when such portrayals were exceedingly rare. Her work in Sounder 1972, the autobiography of Miss Jane Pittman 1974, and The Trip to Bountiful 2014 earned her countless accolades, culminating in an honorary Academy Award in 2018. With her expressive eyes, defined cheekbones, and regal presence, Tyson radiated a timeless beauty that defied Hollywood stereotypes. Yet behind her celebrated public life existed a chapter Tyson guarded fiercely, her relationship with her daughter, whom she referred to as Joan in her 2021 memoir Just As I Am. Born in 1943 and raised by Tyson as a single mother following her brief marriage to Kenneth Franklin, Joan remained completely out of the public eye. Tyson never revealed her daughter's real name, choosing instead to shield her from the scrutiny and demands of fame. What little Tyson shared revealed a story of sacrifice. In her early years as an actress, she worked relentlessly, sometimes sending Joan to boarding school so she could continue building her career while ensuring her daughter received a strong education. Tyson later wrote about the pain of those separations, expressing deep regret for the moments they lost, but also profound love and gratitude for her daughter's understanding. Joan never pursued a public career and never appeared alongside her mother, but her presence in Tyson's life was powerful and foundational. In shielding her daughter, Tyson revealed a side of herself that audiences rarely saw: a woman determined to protect what mattered most. Joan's quiet life stands as a testament to the intimate human legacy behind Cicely Tyson's iconic brilliance, the legacy of a mother, a guardian, and a woman of unwavering devotion. Diane Carroll and Suzanne Kaye. Diane Carroll was a true pioneer, reshaping both beauty standards and television history. Born in 1935 in the Bronx, New York, she made history as the first black woman to star in a primetime television series in a non-servant role with Julia 1968-1971, a role that earned her a Golden Globe Award and marked a watershed moment in representation. With her refined poise, classic features, and commanding voice, Carroll also dazzled on Broadway, winning a Tony Award in 1962 for No Strings. Her work in films such as Claudine 1974, which earned her an Academy Award nomination, solidified her as an enduring symbol of black elegance, sophistication, and grace. Her daughter, Suzanne Kaye, was born in 1960 during Carroll's brief marriage to jazz producer Monty Kaye. Rather than following her mother into acting, Suzanne forged her own creative path behind the camera. She began her career in journalism, contributing to major outlets like CNN and Essence, before stepping into the world of filmmaking. Eventually, she founded Wonderview Films, a production company devoted to independent films that explore themes of identity, family, race, and personal transformation. Though not a performer herself, Suzanne carries her mother's presence in unmistakable ways. Her soft eyes, elegant features, and composed demeanor echo Diane's iconic beauty. Over the years, she was often seen beside her mother at red carpet events, speaking warmly about their close bond and the balance Carroll maintained between artistry and motherhood. In interviews, Suzanne has described Diane as both fiercely ambitious and deeply nurturing, a woman who broke barriers while safeguarding her daughter's world. While many children of celebrities chase the same spotlight, Suzanne chose a quieter but equally impactful lane, using storytelling to uplift and illuminate the experiences of others. In doing so, she continues her mother's legacy in her own thoughtful, creative way, honoring a lineage built on brilliance, integrity, and timeless grace. Vanessa Williams and Sasha Gabriella Fox. Vanessa Williams has long stood as a symbol of beauty, resilience, and reinvention. When she was crowned Miss America in 1983, the first black woman ever to win the title, she shattered barriers and reshaped national perceptions of beauty. Though controversy later forced her to step down, Vanessa transformed adversity into triumph, building a multifaceted career as a singer, actress, and Broadway performer. Her luminous blue-green eyes, flawless complexion, and regal poise helped define her as one of entertainment's most striking figures, with standout roles in Ugly Betty, Desperate Housewives, and an award-winning music career that earned her Grammy, Tony, and Emmy nominations. In 2000, she welcomed her daughter Sasha Gabriella Fox with then-husband Rick Fox, the former NBA star turned actor. Sasha inherited her mother's expressive eyes, strong jawline, and statuesque presence, yet she is carving a path uniquely her own in the world of entertainment. After studying film at Chapman University, she began developing her talents as a writer, director, and actress. At just 19, she starred in the holiday film One Fine Christmas 2019, acting alongside her real-life grandmother, a milestone that hinted at a blossoming creative legacy. Sasha has also dipped into modeling, working with brands like American Eagle and appearing in several fashion spreads. Her style, sleek, modern, and effortlessly relatable, blends Hollywood polish with authentic Gen Z charm. Like her mother, she exudes a natural confidence that makes her instantly magnetic on camera. Beyond their shared beauty, Vanessa and Sasha seem to move through the world with a similar grounded determination. Whether appearing together at events or supporting one another's creative projects, they embody a powerful portrait of evolving legacy. Sasha may be the daughter of a groundbreaking beauty queen, but she is steadily proving she is far more than a reflection. She is an emerging creative force shaped by the same strength, grace, and unmistakable style. Tamra Mowry and Araya Talia Housley, together, they represent a legacy of joy, talent, and luminous beauty. Two generations of women shaping their own meaningful paths in an industry where presence and authenticity matter. Tamara Mowry first captured hearts in the 1990s with her breakout role in the beloved sitcom, Sister Sister, starring alongside her identical twin, Tia. Born in Germany in 1978 and raised in California, Tamara quickly became a fan favorite thanks to her bright smile, expressive eyes, and warm, approachable charisma. As she transitioned from child star to adult entertainer, Tamara expanded her career into hosting, earning widespread praise for her thoughtful, sincere voice on the daytime talk show The Real. With her radiant skin, wholesome charm, and natural elegance, she became one of the most relatable and enduringly beautiful Black actresses of her generation. In 2015, Tamara and her husband, journalist Adam Housley, welcomed their daughter Araya Talia Housley. Even in her earliest years, Araya drew affectionate comparisons to her mother, especially for her wide, soulful eyes and joyful expressions. Tamara often shares glimpses of their family life on social media, where Araya has quickly become a favorite among fans with her infectious smile, playful antics, and budding interest in fashion. Whether she's twirling in the living room, posing in matching outfits with her mom, or simply laughing in candid moments, Aria's personality radiates through every photo and video. She exudes a mix of confidence, curiosity, and sweetness that captures hearts with ease. Tamara frequently describes her daughter as empathetic yet strong-willed, traits that suggest she may one day shine just as brightly if she chooses a public role. For now, Araya remains a spirited child growing up in a loving, creative environment. Surrounded by the grace, style, and strength her mother embodies, she is already developing her own spark, a spark that hints at something beautifully promising in the years ahead. Cheryl Lee Ralph and Ivy Victoria Maurice, Ivy Coco. Cheryl Lee Ralph has enjoyed a long, distinguished career across television, film, and theater. Renowned for her commanding voice, expressive acting, and timeless beauty, she first rose to prominence with her Tony-nominated performance in the original Broadway production of Dreamgirls. She later became a beloved television presence through series like Moshe and Abbott Elementary. With her regal posture, radiant smile, and unmistakable elegance, Cheryl has remained a captivating figure for decades, an enduring symbol of Black excellence and sophistication. Her daughter, Ivy Victoria Maurice, known professionally as Ivy Coco, was born in 1995 and has forged a powerful identity in the world of fashion and digital media. Instead of stepping into acting, Ivy chose a creative path behind the scenes as a stylist, creative director, and lifestyle influencer. She is perhaps best known for styling her mother's unforgettable red carpet looks, including the striking gown Cheryl wore while accepting her first Emmy Award in 2022. Ivy's fashion vision is bold, modern, and richly expressive. She blends cultural heritage with contemporary design, crafting looks that feel both personal and editorial. A graduate of Syracuse University, Ivy has collaborated with major fashion brands and leads wellness and empowerment initiatives through her family's Walk Good campaign, a nonprofit dedicated to community healing and activism. In appearance, Ivy reflects many of Cheryl's striking traits: glowing skin, a brilliant smile, and expressive eyes. But beyond physical resemblance, what truly unites them is an energy rooted in strength, creativity, and joy. Together, they represent a vibrant, multi-generational legacy built on beauty, cultural pride, and purpose. Cheryl radiates confidence, and Ivy echoes that with fearless artistic innovation. Ivy Coco is more than her mother's stylist. She is her collaborator, her creative partner, and a torchbearer of their shared legacy, building a future that honors their history while boldly reimagining it. Gina Torres and Delilah Fishburne. Gina Torres has long captivated audiences with her commanding screen presence, sharp features, and dignified beauty. Born in 1969 in New York City to Cuban parents, she quickly became known for portraying powerful, poised women in projects like Firefly, Suits, and The Matrix Reloaded. Her deep, resonant voice, sculpted cheekbones, and confident bearing made her one of the most visually striking actresses of her era, an artist who could convey strength with a single glance. In 2007, Gina and actor Lawrence Fishburne welcomed their daughter, Delilah Fishburne. Despite growing up with two acclaimed parents, Delilah has spent most of her life far from the public spotlight. Both Gina and Lawrence, who divorced in 2018, have been deliberate about protecting their daughter's privacy, appearing with her only at select events over the years. Even from the limited public photos, it's clear that Delilah has inherited her mother's strong bone structure and serene confidence. She has not pursued acting or entertainment as a teenager, instead focusing on her education and enjoying a grounded, quiet upbringing. Gina has spoken in interviews about being a deeply engaged mother, committed to raising Delilah with love, stability, and intentionality. That grounded environment shows Delilah carries herself with a calm assurance rarely seen in celebrity families. Though she remains outside the spotlight for now, Delilah's natural elegance and unmistakable resemblance to Gina hint at the potential for a compelling public presence one day. Should she choose that path, she already possesses the grace, intelligence, and quiet strength that define her mother's legacy. Whoopi Goldberg and Alex Martin. Whoopi Goldberg has long been admired for her sharp wit, trailblazing spirit, and unconventional beauty. Born Karen Elaine Johnson in New York City in 1955, she captured the world's attention with her Oscar-nominated performance in The Color Purple 1985, and later won an Academy Award for Ghost 1990. As one of the rare EGOT winners in entertainment history, Whoopi's career spans comedy, drama, theater, and daytime television. Her expressive eyes, radiant smile, and unmistakable charisma have made her a singular force in Hollywood, an artist whose authenticity and boldness challenged and expanded traditional beauty standards. Whoopi became a mother at 18, giving birth to her daughter Alexandria Martin, known professionally as Alex Martin. Raised primarily by Whoopi as a single parent, Alex grew up surrounded by the energy and unpredictability of show business, yet committed to forging her own identity. She appeared in films such as Sister Act 2 before shifting her focus behind the camera, producing independent projects that explore themes of identity, womanhood, and empowerment. Alex shares many of her mother's expressive features and carries a strong, grounded presence of her own. She has spoken candidly about the complexities of growing up as the child of a global icon, yet instead of shying away from the spotlight, she used it to shape her own creative voice. In 2015, she and Whoopi appeared together in the short-lived reality series, According to Alex, offering viewers a rare glimpse into their close, humorous, and deeply affectionate bond. Now a mother of three and a grandmother, Alex extends Whoopi's legacy into a new generation. While her career has taken a different trajectory, it is marked by perseverance, authenticity, and purpose. As the daughter of one of the most iconic entertainers in the world, Alex embodies resilience, quiet confidence, and a natural beauty that only deepens with time. Lynn Whitfield and Grace Gibson. Lynn Whitfield has illuminated both screen and stage for decades with her unmistakable poise, passion, and timeless beauty. Born in Baton Rouge, Louisiana in 1953, she earned widespread acclaim for her Emmy-winning portrayal of Josephine Baker in HBO's The Josephine Baker Story 1991. With her sculpted cheekbones, expressive eyes, and commanding elegance, Whitfield has delivered unforgettable performances in Eve's Bayou, The Women of Brewster Place, and Greenleaf. Her work is defined by a graceful intensity, an ability to embody strength, vulnerability, and sophistication all at once. In 1991, she welcomed her daughter Grace Gibson with British director Brian Gibson. Grace has embraced her own creative path, emerging as both an actress and musician. With striking features and a confident presence, she carries a clear resemblance to her mother, most notably in her captivating eyes and strong jawline. Grace's breakout acting role came in 2017's All Eyes on Me, where she portrayed singer Faith Evans with emotional depth and charisma. Beyond acting, she has cultivated a vibrant online presence, sharing original music and visually compelling content that blends modern cool with soulful undertones. Her style, bold, artistic, and fashion-forward, reflects a woman shaped by both Hollywood's glamour and her family's rich artistic legacy. Grace has spoken openly about the influence of growing up with a mother who embraced complexity, beauty, and ambition without hesitation. Now in her 30s, she is steadily crafting her own career while honoring the legacy she inherits. With Lynn's regal presence behind her and her own creative voice emerging more clearly each year, Grace Gibson stands as a fresh, modern extension of timeless beauty and artistic expression. And there you have it, a powerful lineup of daughters who didn't just inherit fame, but transformed it in their own unique ways. Some amplified their mother's brilliance, others forged entirely new paths, but all of them remind us that legacy is never one-dimensional. Now it's your turn. Which daughter do you think outshines her legendary mom, or does the original icon still reign supreme? Share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear your take. If you enjoyed this deep dive into fame, family, and unforgettable talent, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Gazeon, and hit the notification bell. More surprising and thought-provoking stories are coming next. See you in the next one.